Alchemy, the traditional art of occultism, teaches how to transmute base metals into gold. In the spiritual sense, this symbolizes the transmutation of base passions into virtues. The soul, most people have a soul which sheds the dross of unbridled emotions and passions. And this soul is like a shining golden shield which protects the human being from evil and misery. And this is the aim of initiation. This is essentially what you can understand as ascension. There are many different spiritual technologies and indicating that between now and June of next year, more specifically around the May Memorial Day time frame, that people will be shown the reality of their soul. And depending on their inner work, that can be a good thing or a bad thing. All is relative, of course. But this soul, the reality of your soul, which most people are buried within a materialistic frame of reference, that this is all that there is, this genetic vehicle is the be-all, end-all of existence. But this initiation of the soul, symbolically, this, in one very real method for you to understand, is a path of the sublimation of the sexual force. And this goes from your root, this sexual force, which is the serpent power, which is the Kundalini God force, can be drawn up to the highest extremity of your central pillar, the holiness of your crown, the Sahasrara, or in the Kabbalah, the Kether, the crowned head, has its origins in the purity of your foundation of Yesod, the sexual organs. The holiness of the crown, the holiness of the God crown is the sexual energy that disciples endeavor to sublimate thanks to the powers of the sun, Tiparath. And until this force can manifest itself higher up, like a golden light above their head, and to be able to control this raw force that drags the majority of people downward and make it change direction, and then work on this quintessence until it is transformed into an aura of light. This is the path of the Magi. This is the alchemy of divinity. Now, most people have a confusion, one, about reality beyond their five senses. But beyond that, people talk about the soul and the spirit. And oftentimes the two are synonymous with one another. However, in the cosmic science of the ancient masters, the masters of the Sphinx, the order of the Sphinx, they say that man is a spirit which inhabits a body, and man has a soul. Spirit he is, soul he has. The spirit is the divine, immortal, and eternal part, the divine spark, or that emanation from God which we carry in the deepest recesses of our being. Or in Vedic science it is known as the Atman. In Christian science it is known as the Christ consciousness. This is the strength of God, the eternal and unquenchable light which illuminates us at crucial moments in our lives. We could compare God to a large body of water which sprays millions of drops of water, each one equivalent to the spirit of an individual human being. God spraying forth the divine orbs, the eyes of God. The eyes of God are alive within you. That is what in Vedic science is known as the Atman. Therefore, man is spirit incarnated in a body. The soul is the intelligent animal part. It is that unique part of your experience, of your current incarnation, of your animal ego self. The psyche, your mind, which is the Greek word for soul, is the intelligent animal part, or rather that which we call personality, which forms gradually as a result of the spirit-body union. When a person is sad or suffers a state of profound depression, it is generally the soul which feels this. On the other hand, when someone says, "I am who I am," it is the spirit who is manifesting itself. And man's ultimate goal, our ultimate goal on this planet, I believe the whole reason for our incarnation, consists of achieving the marriage between the soul and the spirit. This alchemical wedding, this great work, this magnus opus. To this end, it is necessary to cultivate the soul, giving it consciousness and intelligence. Your soul is like a young animal or small child upon whom we must impose our will to teach obedience at all times, rather than the reverse, which is the Antichrist current of this age, which most people are guided by their animal part and on a fast track to hell. Now, when the soul acquires consciousness and intelligence, we can act at will with the forces of nature. And the Hermetic law of correspondence states, as it is above, so it is below. As it is below, so it is above. Applying this to man, the microcosm, we can affirm that all that is within us is also outside of us. And therefore, he who conquers his internal nature is also able to achieve dominion over the external. You will become a master of all that you survey. Master of the God force, master of your reality, master of your soul, in control by the Spirit of God. And as mentioned, the whole entire purpose of the path of the Magi is to transmute this base metal into gold, to take your sexual spiritual energy that is a downward, that most people are riding downward straight into the pit, with their OnlyFans profiles and their Pornhub profiles and whatnot. But you must turn, well, you don't have to. You can do as you will. And then Satan, you'll be Satan's bitch. That's fine. In the spiritual sense, though, this path of the Magi symbolizes the transmutation of base passions and virtues, into the God force. The soul, which sheds the dross of unbridled emotions and passions, is like a shining golden shield, which protects the human being from evil and misery. And so that is the purpose. The raison d'etre of the Umbanda New Earth Ashram is to deliver this soul science unto the masses, unto todos los gentes del mundo, todos los gentes del sol. So please hit the subscribe button and leave this video a thumbs up, as it indicates to the algorithm that we too are protecting ourselves from the evil and misery of this Antichrist current, of this age of the downward current, and rising as metahumans. Namaste, namaskaram.